Louis over there.
Hey, Clint. I just want to come by and give you a kiss.
No. Were we recording that? Oh, that's...
Oh, is that vodka?
No. Anyway, we're over here now. We've got, let's see, the rest of today, and that's it for NRA 2023. Your first event.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been a blast. I'm super glad that y'all let me come on. Hopefully this becomes a much more regular thing, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
It should be. It should be. Yeah,
You're not even playing it up, man. You're not...
No, it shouldn't be. It should be.
Anyway, we still
down in the comments.
have quite a bit of coverage to get, a lot of manufacturers, a lot of different vendors to get to. So let's go ahead and start it off. I think I want to head on over to JK Armament. If you guys know JK Armament, you know they got some pretty interesting silencers and things like that. So I'm excited to run into that. Kaya, Matt, what are you guys excited to see? Well, we've covered a lot of ground so far.
Excited to see. I've seen so much so far. Again, I'm looking for like a hidden gem, man. Like, you know, there's stuff here that you just would not expect to find.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for that surprise that makes my day.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that podcast that we have coming up today. Really special guests that you know. You have to go to CF Podcast to see that.
Yep, so stay tuned, guys, and let's go ahead and kick this off. We're over here now with Sig Sauer. You guys know that I'm a pretty big fan. And we've got John with us today. Thanks for taking the time, man.
Of course, no problem.
And you guys just released, I saw it on social media, and I was like, well, got to get by there immediately because you guys just released a whole new red dot just for the M17 M18, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is our new Romeo M17 optic. Designed from the ground up for the military's MHS pistol. So we're very excited about this one. Just launched it yesterday officially. And it's available commercially for sale. It only fits a certain slide configuration, which is the actual military MHS slide that has the rear sight and plate connected with one screw from underneath.
Right.
We sold about 5,000 commemorative M17 M18 pistols that have that configuration, but our standard 320 commercial M17 M18 has a different sight plate screw configuration, so it won't mount this optic. We'll probably have more options for slides and guns that will mount this optic later on this year.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Yep. So tell us a little bit more about the optic. I already played with it just a little bit. We've got multiple reticles. You told me it was sealed. What are some other great features about this?
So as you said, it's completely sealed. It's gas purged. It's submersible to crazy depths, 20, 35 meters. It's drop proof. You know, our spec is 5 feet onto concrete on a weight that replicates a fully loaded M17 pistol. Survives pretty much anything you can throw at it. So this is really the ultimate in durability and, you know, mil-spec pistol-mounted red dots.
Right. Yeah. And a couple of things I'm noticing just right off the bat as I've already played with it just a little bit. I do like that the controls on it, the actual buttons for your illumination, they are easy enough to get to, but they're also not going to be accidentally hit. Yep. Looks like they're protected there around, you know, they've got like a little barrier there that's going to be protected. Yep. And again, multiple reticles. So you got the circle dot, the circle, or just the dot. And then another feature that I really like about it is the 2032 battery being on the right-hand side. You don't have to remove the red dot in order to actually replace the battery, which is a nice feature. And the integrated sights as well that are also, what are the night sights also?
So this is the actual pistol rear sight. So you take it off. It comes off the plate when you remove the sight cover plate.
Oh, okay.
Then you put the optic in. It toes in from the front, lowers down onto the slide, and then you use that rear sight and the mounting screw from underneath, and it actually mounts it up.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, well that's a nifty design.
Yeah, thanks. So as you said, the buttons here on the side were meant to be activated with or without gloves on, so easy to get to, nice tactile click.
Right.
There's an up nub above the up button and a down nub below the down, so even in the dark you'll be able to know what adjustments you're making.
That's cool.
And speaking of the dark, this has 3 night vision settings. Not just night vision settings, but the coatings on this optic on the glass have been specially designed to actually allow enough light transmittance through under night vision to be able for a positive target identification downrange. So a lot of optics claim, hey, we have night vision settings. Well, that's great, but can you actually see your target through the optic at night under night vision? So our optics are all specially coated for use with nods. So.
Oh, that's really cool, man. Well, I'm excited to play with that a little bit. I hope we get a couple of those in because we do have an M17 and an M18 sitting in the video room, and I think they should have that red dot on them. But you guys also just unveiled a new Legion as well, correct?
Yeah, the AXG Legion.
We've got Phil with us now to talk about this new Legion, so thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you. Sorry, I was too busy rubbing the gun.
No, that's okay. It's a beautiful looking gun. Tell us about it.
Well, this is the newest addition to the Legion lineup in 320. It's our first aluminum X grip or AXG version of that gun in Legion.
Okay.
But Legion has become kind of a staple of new technology in the 320 world. We introduced the X5 Legion in the 320 X5 Legion in this family with the TXG or tungsten infused grip module.
Yeah.
Huge success, new technology, and we took that new technology that we used on the X Macro and put it in the very first 320, and that's what this is, a slide integrated expansion chamber. And that is one of the things that makes this a lot different than other compensated guns, in that the compensator is not attached to the barrel. It's a standard 3.9 inch barrel, and all the work, all the porting and compensation properties are happening in the slide. So no timing issues, no extra weight added to the barrel.
Yeah.
Much more easy to maintain and a heck of a lot more reliable, because when you add weight to the end of the barrel, especially an external tilt, there's problems. So it was an opportunity for us to put some new technology into the platform, and it was an opportunity to change the serrations. We actually, you probably noticed these serrations are much higher and much more angled for those front racking guys.
I'm a press check guy.
Press check guy, it works. But it comes standard with X-ray 3 sights. This one's obviously optic ready, and it's equipped with our Romeo 2 in this case, because everyone likes a red dot.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to update the overall look of Legion. And typically when you see a Legion gun that has grip panels like this, like a 226 or 229, there's a medallion in the middle with the Legion logo.
Yeah.
We kind of modernized that look. We took our G10 grips and we embossed the Legion logo into the grips. So it's kind of a cool modern look, to kind of bring it into the next generation of guns, and we couldn't be happier. These are actually Hogue G10 grips.
Love that.
The gun comes like all Legions with 3 magazines, in this case 321 rounders. Magazine is standard, X series flat, skeletonized trigger, all the bells and whistles, and of course it's all finished in Legion Cerakote top and bottom. So it's an all metal AXG compensated slide integration chambered gun. This gun's actually legal in IDPA competition. They actually changed their rules to allow slide integrated comps in several of their divisions. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
Very excited about that. I don't shoot a lot of IDPA, but I might start, and you should too, because this gun's now legal.
Yeah, that's awesome. And mind if I just
Please. See, I'm never going to get it back now.
Yeah, exactly. The balance, it just feels really well balanced.
So
I don't know,
one of our most popular guns, let's say in the history of SIG, and one of the more vetted guns, is the 226.
Yeah.
And you take a 226, you mix it with a 320, and that's probably what's going to feel like. It's got that nice curvature, more ergonomic. I mean, the gun, just to hold it, it's the sexiest 320 we make. Can we say that on the air?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is a fact. Yeah, that feels really, really good. Like I said, there's and the Hogue G10 grips are such a compliment as well. I'm a big fan of those. I got those on a couple 1911s of mine, and the subtle Legion logo in the grip looks great. I love the serrations up top also. I've always been a big fan of that because, like I said, I'm a press check guy, and I do like the fact that you've taken the integrated compensator that's in the slide and that you see on the macro, and you've taken it and incorporated here on the 320. So that's awesome.
So I shoot. I shoot a little bit, and I know where I should be shooting splits at 25 yards. I can tell you that I've shot this gun, and I am bewildered by how fast it recovers. In fact, you take the shot and you don't shoot again because you're used to a certain cadence, and you realize the gun's just sitting there waiting for you to shoot. Why am I sitting here looking at the sights when they're already recovered and back on target? So the gun, obviously, because of the integrated chamber, it recoils, it gives you less muzzle flip, which means faster recovery time on the target, i.e. faster shooting. So you really have to retime how you shoot and how you perceive the recoil and how fast, how fast you're going to shoot at 10, 12 yards if you shoot a lot. Well, that one redefines your speed on targets at distance. It's wild. Man. I love it.
All right. Where's Michael at? I might be sending him an email.
Yeah, I got a feeling this might show up as a T&E sample somewhere, huh?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's great. I'll reluctantly hand that back to you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dude, no, it does feel really, really good. It's one of those things where if you're in Indianapolis, come out here, check it out and everything. But at the same time, it's like, it looks good, but it's hard to really justify how it feels just as the viewer watching. You got to get your hands on one and feel it, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, I see why Clint gets excited about this gun.
Definitely. By the time you watch this, it'll be in stores, so check them out.
Later today?
Later today? Wow, you guys are fast. Yeah, because we launched it 2 days ago, so we already shipped them. So go right now.
Perfect. Well, Phil, thank you so much,
My pleasure. Absolutely.
You guys check out Sig Sauer, of course.
All right, guys, we're here with Magpul, and we've got Jonathan with us, who's going to go back through, what do you call the case again?
This is our Daka grid system and also our Daka hard cases.
Awesome. And there were some mistakes in the past in coverage of this. We wanted to do justice to Magpul and their great Daka case system. So why don't we see the inside of the case?
Yeah. Start off with the good stuff.
All right.
So this is actually where we started. We thought there was an opportunity to make a better system on the inside of the case. I don't think anyone loves pick and pluck, cutting stuff, wrapping rags or dirty clothing around your guns or other gear. So we wanted to make a system that's really quickly reconfigurable, that is water resistant, chemical resistant. It's got the same thermal properties as the case because these blocks are actually made of the same stuff as the case. So incredibly lightweight.
Yeah.
They are also the same stuff that bicycle helmets are made out of. So very energy absorbing. But the best thing about them is you can reconfigure them. So you can drop this into your Pelican bolt case, you can drop it into your Protector series and planer, which are coming in June, and you can just change things out based on whether you're going to the range, whether you're going hunting, whether you're traveling, whatever it is, and you can swap it out to fit a couple of guns, some gear, whatever your mix of things are.
Right, so it's really a universal case because regardless if it's 9 pistols or 2 rifles or whatever, you can configure it yourself.
That's right, and everyone's got a Pelican case. So we started there. So we've got it as a drop-in system starting at $140, and you get these base grid pieces that's very flexible, reconfigurable, don't have to cut them, but guess what, you can. They cut really cleanly if you need to. So you can start off by using the cases that you already have and dropping this in.
So that's a great way to kind of economically get into the system, but then you offer the whole case with the system as a package.
That's right. So in June we're going to be offering the R44. 44 stands for 44 inches. We're also going to have a 35 and a 53-inch case, which will be coming out successfully later on this year. But this is the 44. You can see that it already comes with the grid inside. The most unique feature about it is these really easy to use latches. You can do it with one hand.
Boom.
You don't have to press down on the lid because the latches are cammed, so they can be slightly open and they'll just suck down nicely. The other unique feature is that the latch has the pass-through for the lock into the lid and the base. So once you put the lock in, you cannot actually open the latch. So unlike a lot of other cases where the latch and lock are separate, where you can open up all the latches and then you can pry the lid open, or that happens inadvertently in travel. This, once the lock is in place, the lid is not coming open. Also, we have a pass-through for a zip tie or a little Velcro tie, which will come with the case, and you can keep the lock nicely snug against the case so you're not donating your lock to TSA or scratching your truck bed or door jams, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we've got a much more secure system because, like you said, with old cases, you can kind of undo the latch and then just pry around the lock.
Yeah.
Maybe still get a hand in there. In this case, there's just no way to get that lid open.
It's a much more rigid lid with the lid design. Everything is flush, so there's less things catching overall. So ultimately what we wanted to make is the case and the organization system that we'd want, considering we all own more than one gun. Yep. We don't want to have different kinds of layouts or things to drop in every time we're going to do some long rifle shooting or whatever it is that you might want to be doing.
And we're all really just big kids. The toys are different, but sometimes you still want to play with blocks.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see, let's pop this back open real quick.
Yeah, sure thing.
And you can see just how easy this is. Obviously, like you could just slot them in there. You can endlessly customize this thing. So regardless of the shape or size of your gun, as long as it's a long enough case that you're putting it in, you're pretty much always going to be good to go.
You don't need a lot of blocks to protect it, so generally we just advise you brace it on every sidewall, and then the rest of the case is really just for you to put in whatever you want. So you make a lot of economical use with a large amount of protection.
And so if you were worried about maybe you have steel magazines, you don't want to scratch your gun, you could put like a blocker in here and then...
So you start using the blocks, like you can see here, to isolate things in place so they don't move around.
Yeah. So that's pretty genius. It's kind of we call ARs Legos for adults. This is really Legos for adults, right?
Legos for the Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we make things that change the shape of guns. So we thought let's make something that changes the shape around the guns that we change the shape of. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. So again, we did do a little bit of an overview of this at SHOT Show, but we wanted to make sure and go back and fix Clint's mistakes since he left some information out, did not give you all a picture of the inside of the case. Why don't you actually bring the camera forward, get a nice good picture of the inside of the case, and that way we know that we're not going to repeat the same issues. But Jonathan, I definitely appreciate all the time that you've given me today, man. You know, obviously Magpul's world-renowned in the firearms industry for the accessories that y'all make. But I hope y'all have had a great show, and we appreciate again the time, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Here we are at Shadow Systems, and I've got Trevor over here. Trevor, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Man. All right, so you've got some cool piece in your hand.
Yeah,
what is that?
This is the CR920P, and this is the gun that seems to always generate the most interest at the shows. So the CR is our subcompact pistol, and it's been out in the market now for about a year and a half. And it's a 10+1 flush fit gun or a 13+1 with the extended magazine. Great gun that comes with the ability to attach an optic of your choice, super long, strong screws, put a light on it, and this gun can do a whole lot. It kind of punches above its weight class. But the new twist on the design actually is the compensator, okay? And what's cool about the compensator is we wanted to have an overall length that would fit in a 48 size holster. So if you make a compensator kind of space constrained, you don't have a lot of room for threads. So we developed a tri-lug barrel system and a really unique locking lever that's patent pending now, so that can be removed very easily by the operator, but is also very short in its overall length.
Yeah, I saw that you were over there. You were just kind of disassembling it. I was like, what? That was extremely fast.
I'd love to show you. I'd love to show you that.
Please.
So this is one of the barrels out of the pistol, and on the side there's an opening to insert a tool. And it's actually kind of cool. I know you won't see it very well. I'm going to do it sort of fast, but this side of the compensator pivots out like that. And when you move that section out, it just comes right off of a tri-lug barrel, right? So it's a really beautiful, elegant way of doing it that doesn't take up much space and allows us to put an all-steel compensator on the front of the CR920.
All right, so and do you guys sell those barrels separately?
Yeah, it's a great question, and we get asked that a lot. We don't currently, although we plan to in the future, okay? I can't say when that's going to happen because right now our production is focused on just the manufacturing of the comp for the pistol. It's actually a very time-consuming part to manufacture because we cut them out of steel. We actually have as much machine time in the compensator as we do on all the cuts on the outside of a slide. So it just goes to show it is a very complicated little part to make. But that's why it works so well, because we put that level of thought into it.
Yeah, so and some people question the reliability of compensators, right?
It's a great question.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so it is definitely true that a gun will be a little more finicky if you have a compensator on there. More finicky in terms of ammo, certainly more finicky in terms of technique. In many cases, the shooter will be absorbing some of that energy, which is fine if the gun is not compensated, but if the compensator is also sucking some energy out of it, then you can have short strokes and some issues, right? Sometimes a lighter weight recoil spring solves the problem, but it really depends on the situation. Those rules are kind of different with a subcompact pistol. Because the slide is so light and the gun is so small, the slide velocities on a subcompact pistol are always very high. So that means you can get away with more compensation on a subcompact than a full-size gun. Some people don't really realize that, but it's true. That's also why we could do a steel comp. If you put a steel comp on a big gun like a DR920P, all that weight can really slow things down, cause issues. A steel comp on the CRP just makes it super controllable and doesn't harm reliability. So it's a very reliable gun.
That is awesome. And what kind of recoil reduction do you guys see with this?
Yeah. So in a way I kind of don't like saying it, because the truth is that gun kind of has the same recoil impulse as an MR920 now, or one of the bigger guns. I mean, it really does feel that controllable for most people. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can put a light and an optic on a gun that's this small, 13 rounds, and you've got a very controllable package. And so I mean, it is about like a full-size gun. Yeah. The trade-off is you do have a lot of muzzle blast with compensators, and that's always the consideration.
Yeah, and you know, more and more people are concealed carrying nowadays.
Yeah.
Those compact guns are just becoming more and more popular.
Absolutely.
And, you know, when they're compact and little, as you said, the recoil and being able to manage that gun, and not everybody can do that. You know, everybody's different sizes, different hands.
Right.
So compensation definitely makes a big difference.
It's a growing part of the market. There's more and more interest in it. I kind of liken it to when optics were really growing, right? Yeah. In the early days, when optics were showing up on combat handguns, people would say, well, you know, that's not a reliable system, or that's like, you know, a race gun. And it's like, well, yeah, but then the technology caught up. Exactly. And now they're miniaturized and the batteries last forever and they work extremely well. Same is also kind of true for compensators. We've figured out out what the right size is. We figured out as kind of an industry what people need or want or they're looking for. And so now we can deliver that on guns like the CR920P or the DR920P, which are both compensated and very controllable and very fun to shoot, frankly.
Yeah, no, we love, at Class Firearms, we love Shadow
You guys
Systems.
have been great.
Yeah, and we've got them at the studio.
Yep.
I love shooting them. Awesome. Well, seems like an amazing product over here, guys. Check out Shadow Systems. Trevor, thanks a lot for your help, man.
I appreciate
Really
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So I am at M+M Industries, and conveniently enough, we have Matt with us. So Matt, M&M. Makes sense. How's it going, man?
Good. How about you guys?
Doing good. Your show going all right so far?
Going well as usual.
Fantastic. So you're going to cover a couple new things for us, right?
Yeah, so we got a new model here. We got a stock adapter coming out, and then we have a series of magazines and a sling.
Awesome. So why don't we go ahead and look at the new model? What's new about this one?
Yeah, so this is what we call the M10X Plus. What we've done on this is we've lightened the action. We've dropped about half a pound and added some more ventilation on the handguard. We've gone to a milled receiver, and then we've also added a cold hammer forged chrome line barrel.
That's really awesome. So for those of you who might not be as familiar with the M10X, it's like the AK modernized, right? So you can see it obviously takes an AK mag, but it has a kind of an upper and lower receiver, sort of like an AR.
Receivers, yeah. So what we like to say is it's like a hybrid between a few designs. It's our own design, but we've taken some inspiration from like the Sig 550 series, the Kalashnikov, and the FNFAL. So Sig style recoil and gas system, and then an AK style lower and takes good old fashioned AK mags.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really a cool rifle. Again, if you're in the AK world, this is like a sci-fi version of the rifle, and I think it's really cool because it's got a lot of features that are left out of traditional AK platform rifles. So again, the ability to add a lot of different accessories and like the ambi safety here feature. You got the charging handle where you can move it.
Yeah, just with a push of a button and a twist, you can pop that charging handle out and put it on the other side and just make sure to lock that in.
Boom. So see, it's got that kind of ambidextrous compatibility. That's fantastic. You had said you have a new stock adapter?
Yeah, so traditionally when we were making these rifles, they were all shipping with an adapter for the Zukov. But a lot of people want other stock options and things, and we were originally doing this for the braces, but in some certain events that's
we don't need to go over that. Yeah.
So this is still good for stocks. Basically what it is, it's paired with our pistol trunnion, which originally is just a flat back trunnion, like a 90 degree. And it's got 4 holes on it, and then this little adapter here will screw into the back of that. It's just anodized aluminum. And then from there you can mount different stock options. I think we got like Ace, pig nose, and then a little 5mm socket. So you can get a lot of stocks on there, not all of them out in the whole world, but quite a bit.
But they say, I mean, there's an adapter for everything. So you put an adapter on your adapter, you can probably get just about anything on there.
You can put an adapter for an adapter for an adapter. Right now we're pairing it with a Legion manufacturing stock. Looks great on this one here.
So you mentioned Ace, so you could do like their triangle folder?
Yeah, triangle folder. We wanted it to also be able to take buffer tubes just because they're so common and popular.
Sure, absolutely.
So we're trying to get as many options out there for you guys.
So there you go. Mount a buffer tube on there, and you could go with just about any AR-15 stock you can imagine. That's awesome. And then you had some accessories.
Yeah, so one thing we're doing is this new 2-point sling. And with this rifle, or really any rifle that uses QD mounts.
And I mean, there's only a couple limited options that do that, right?
Oh, there's tons of rifles out there, so you're not going to have any trouble doing that.
All right, and then you said some mags, right?
2 magazines are coming out from us. These are actually made in Bulgaria, and we're importing them. First is just a classic steel magazine, tried and true. And then the second, this is kind of fun, is a polymer mag with steel reinforcement. So this has been reinforced with a steel cage, steel locking lugs, and then feed lips.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I love polymer mags, just the weight savings.
Right.
So, I mean, but it's great to know that they've got all the steel reinforcements you need in the right places, so you're not going to mangle your lips or, the locking lugs are going to wear out. So, and, Bulgaria, obviously, it's kind of world famous for some of the things they make for the AK market. Matt, I mean, all that's really cool, man. You got a new gun, new adapter, new accessories. You got plans for the future? We got anything that maybe we're going to hint at coming out later, or got to keep tight-lipped on anything?
That's really it. We've been working on some of these projects for a while now, and we're finally excited to be releasing these things, and you guys can finally get your hands on some of this stuff.
That's fantastic, man. All right, so you heard it, guys. You should be able to go out and find these things now. And again, Matt, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Happy to be here at M+M.
We're over here now with Doran, with Doran Tech, and I saw you at SHOT Show.
Yeah,
and dude, good to see you, man. Thanks for taking the time. And I remember this, and I couldn't get back down there. I think Katie did the video with you, and I was like, dude, I got to see this gun again, because you guys have you've pretty much taken the SCAR, as awesome as it is, and have made it better, dare I say?
Absolutely. We actually started by just upgrading the SCAR.
Yeah.
Really, that's what we did. We started upgrading the SCAR. We started making the uppers.
Yep.
The receivers. We do the original configuration, or then later we do the M-lock and 6 barrel bolts to ditch all the proprietary FN hardware.
Yeah.
Then we moved on. We make the lower. That is now compatible with all standard mil-spec AR parts. You can put AR triggers in your SCAR. That includes M16 series, force resets, binaries, your choice, unlimited modularity.
That was going to be my question.
Unlimited modularity.
Yeah.
And we also have a buffering system in a patent-pending bolt carrier that interfaces with the M+M mil-spec trigger module, so that you can do that, but it also mitigates recoil, and it also solves all of the suppression problems associated with a SCAR. No more slamming into the back plate and destroying your receiver.
Right.
No more mushrooming the cam surface on the bolt, because that'll lock it up if there's too much back pressure.
Right.
And super tough S7 tool steel.
Yeah.
Buffering system is pretty incredible to shoot.
Dude, that's awesome. And of course, what sets us apart is when you start looking at it, the immediate thing that you notice is, wait a minute, that's a P mag or a Lancer mag, or something like that. That's an AR-10 mag. And then all of a sudden you look a little bit closer, and you're like, wait, that's also a metal lower. Wait, so there's M-lock there. Wait a minute, and the more and more you look, the more and more you realize there's more and more done to this gun.
Yeah, and we're enthusiasts too, right? Yeah. So everything on here is stuff that that's personally on mine.
Right.
These are battle arms, ambi, mag release.
Great stuff.
Battle arm selectors. We did a KNS precision, anti-walk pins, and we're working with those companies to kind of bring it out to market and help share the love.
Right.
Help share that we got to share the love.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And again, I think this is something too that we would like to feature on the channel at some point. Wink, wink. So you and I will be in touch, because I think right now we're actually working on building our ultimate SCAR. Right. We're trying to do all these neat things, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, it's time to go back to the drawing board. But hey, I'm excited.
You found it.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
found the ultimate SCAR.
Yeah, exactly. So cool, man. Well, Doran, thanks for taking the time, and as always, we appreciate you guys. And
thank you.
Oh, you got it, man. Guys, check out Doran Tech.
All right, guys, I'm here at Swamp Fox with Milo. We're going to get some updates on some of their upcoming product lines. Milo, how's it going, man?
Hey, man. Doing good. We're alive. We're here. Final day of the show, ready to get through it. Work. Yeah. It's been a long one.
About time to call it, right?
Oh, yeah. But hey, it's been very productive. Actually, a very active show this week, so it's been really good to see. Good to see everybody coming back out and hitting it up. But yeah, let's get into the products.
Let's do it, man.
Cool. So I'll run in line with the things that we are basically launching in tandem. So actually come Monday. So in a few days, is that tomorrow? Oh, no, it's tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
I'm aware of my launches. So actually, this is the Warhawk 2-10. So we have a full line of Warhawks. We started out with the 5-25. It's our precision series. Big kahuna, so it's a 34 millimeter tube. It's really nice lead intake, but we basically finalized the series now. So this is the 2-10, so it's the smallest magnification range that we have. Really getting into that MPVO kind of range, so really versatile style optic, but the light intake that you receive from it in comparison to an LPVO is just absolutely exceptional. We run it out in a recce mill reticle, or we also do an MOA. So we kind of run that, and then we also have push-pull locking turrets like we always do. Zero reset incorporated into it, 12 illumination settings that have stops in between, NV compatibility if you need it. Also just all the bells and whistles, kill flash, flip caps, all that stuff comes out the box. Sunshade included as well. But yeah, we're really excited about this one. It took us a long time to finalize the Warhawk series because we are very, very exceptional about our glass. We're very particular, so it took us a while to finally get that sourcing in, but it's finally here, so we're really excited about this one.
But I think that attention to detail really shows in the final product. I mean, we've had phenomenal results out of the Swamp Fox optics that we've used on things in our videos. Again, I've told you this, but I personally have a Kingslayer and actually one of your slides on pistol builds. So
love the Wolverine slides. Yeah,
fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's really about the clarity, and that's why we always want to encourage people to get behind it, because you're really not going to understand what we're trying to do unless you're getting behind the optics. So we're willing to wait an extra year or two if it means that we're actually going to get the quality product, because being a younger optics company coming into the game, like, we're not just here to saturate the market. It has to be something different. You actually have to get some performance out of it. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you have to be exceptional to stand out.
No doubt about it. Yeah, that we try. We definitely try our best. But yeah, this one's actually going to be launching tomorrow, so we're very excited about it. We've been getting a lot of reviews. These MPVOs, anything that's those mid-ranges is really exploding right now, so we're kind of trying to maximize into that field and let it go.
Awesome, yeah. And so what are we going to move to next?
Next on, so we hit this when we were at SHOT. This is the Raider 1X Micro Prism. So this is going to be launching in June. As of right now, I think that's where we're at. Really excited for this, and it's an incredibly versatile optic. So for anybody who's used to using a dot sight, this is going to kill it out. Completely done. You won't run a dot sight ever again.
That's a bold statement.
I'm here for it. Hey, challenge me. Anybody wants to question it. You basically, the purpose of prisms is normally they have a really tight eye relief, a really tight eye box. That's normally the downside of it. But the Micro series pretty much eliminates that. So I'm not going to say it's unlimited eye relief, but you can get really far behind this thing. Really easy to maneuver. The optic clarity is really what you're looking for. Obviously, it's got the etch reticle in it, so if anything dies out, you have that etch reticle completely there to back you up.
Still usable.
Still usable completely all the way through. The durability is really the most important part too. So, with dot sights, they're pretty fragile. They're very light. This is a zinc alloy die-cast body, so it's incredibly tough. We also do titanium side bolts. It comes with a 1.1 and a 1.6 mount out the box, so for better versatility. We do obviously optimize it for AR, but it's incredible on the shotgun platform as well, so really good versatile optic there. We also have just a fun little add-on. We have these removable flip caps. I like to mention it because our customers always lose flip caps. So we're here to protect it. We're here to save you guys, save the day, so that they can actually get into the battery cap, come back on and off. It's got shake and wake technology. It's got about 35,000 hour battery life on average, but obviously with that shake and wake, it can go as long as you want to hold it, so definitely an important feature. And then, 10 illumination settings, NV compatibility, diopter adjustment. It's pretty much got all the bells and whistles in it, so that's, one and done, good to go, 1X optic.
So yeah, as someone who does have astigmatism, you can see the big glasses. I'm certainly really looking forward to getting my hands on a Raider and giving it a try, because that's one of the benefits of prisms. You don't get that blooming effect.
If you have poor eyesight, if you have the astigmatism, this completely eliminates that issue. And we have red or green illumination. I actually typically don't run the illumination because I actually like the black contrast on the etch reticle. It's really nice contrast. So yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a versatile optic. We're excited to get it out. Yeah, looking around June for that one.
Awesome. I can't wait for June, man. Give that a try.
Well, you're not getting one, but I'll give them the rest of the guys.
Dang.
All right, here we go. Next in line, we got the Warhorse series. So this is the LPVO FFP, so first focal plane. We've been working on this for over 3 years, an absolutely insane project. It was really important for us that we maximize getting that true 1X capability with the first focal, while still being able to hold on to your center point brightness and being able to max out. So that was the most important aspect for us. We finally did it. We finally achieved it. We're launching the 1-6 first. It's going to be around midsummer, but we're also doing a 1-8 and a 1-10. So for the 1-6 here, you guys can tell it's more of a short, stout body. We did that so it's easier for maneuverability. We also made it a 34mm tube, so you really get solid light intake. We have some really nice little features in here. So it's push-pull locking, elevation. We have a capped windage, 0 reset, 12 illumination settings. We even have little level lines here, so it helps you out with your mounting process. But really, again, it's the optical clarity that you really receive in return for that. That's really what you're getting out of it.
And I know you're talking about the MVPOs blowing up. I know that for a while now we've seen a super popularity in the LVPOs.
Oh, of course.
So,
of course, yeah.
Definitely, that's a target market that I see out there.
If you're looking to get one optic, the LPVO is jack of all trades.
Just so versatile.
It's good at just about everything. So it's really about use case and how you want to maximize that. But this is really going to be excellent for competition setup. I mean, it has a good amount of versatility, so we're excited for that. But yeah, again, it's the clarity that you really want to get into, and you really don't need to be running an offset dot sight because this is a true 1X, which is the excellent part for that. So this one, yeah, we were very excited. Big labor of love. People have been waiting for it forever. We've unfortunately been teasing our customers for a very long time, but it's finally.
That's rude, man. That's rude.
We try. Last in line, this one's actually my favorite of what we are launching for the year. This is Tomahawk 2. So we are focusing really hard on doing second generation for all of our optics, really moving them up, elevating them, basically whatever feedback we've received, or if we're trying to excel, like we're basically incorporating all of that into our current series and making a second generation. So Tomahawk was our first line of LPVOs. Still an excellent optic, we love it, we run it all the time. Tomahawk 2, we basically maximized for, initially we made it for, set it up for law enforcement use, right? Okay. Which of course, it's a universal application which opens up to everything else. So again, we have the shorter body, very similar features to the Warhorse line, so the push-pull, capped windage, we got the illumination settings. It is the sole purpose of why we really did this is to be able to get behind it as quickly as possible. So LPVOs are generally a little bit more touchy. You have to have a little bit more practice with it, be able to get into the proper eye box and eye relief. Once you get behind this, it's actually completely, it's like a red dot when you're getting behind it at the 1X.
Like instant target acquisition.
Instant target acquisition, right away. So that was the main purpose for why we did it, just ease of use, ease of mechanics, and ease of maneuverability, which is why we're going for these shorter style optics now.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, all those sound really great. And did you say when this one was coming out?
Midsummer as well. So here's my problem, is I'm launching a lot of stuff this summer. I got to figure out when they're coming in, because they're all coming in around the same time. But we're looking at a rollout from basically between June and September. We got about 5 products that we're going to be launching out during that period of time. So it's going to be a little bit overwhelming, but we're going to try to pace you guys out with it and acquaint you in with the product line. So we're looking around July, August for this line.
All right, so lots of new products coming out from Swamp Fox. So the whole rest of this year is going to be an exciting time.
We've been busy. You know, we had a last year we only launched the Kraken, the close emitter dot sight. Love that optics, absolutely excellent. It was the only optic we launched last year, but we've been massively working in development on the back end this entire time. So we're constantly innovating, constantly running something new. Even for everything that we have coming out now, I still have about 8 optics lines that we're currently working on that are going to be rolling out through the next year. So we're constantly busy. We got enough going on over here.
All right, guys. So the workhorse from some workhorses, evidently. Absolutely. So again, Milo, that's fantastic. All those updates. Again, we've got releases coming out now, all the way through the end of the year.
Now, tomorrow. Right now, all the way in. You guys got to pay attention and make sure to subscribe on Classic, because you guys are keeping up with everything that we do, which is excellent. So we'll keep it rolling out, keep it going. It'd
be great to have y'all come down sometime. Maybe we could do some range footage with some of the optics with y'all down there with us. That would be fantastic.
Do I really have to hang out with you guys?
I'm sorry. You have to. All right, Milo,
Absolutely.
It's been fantastic, man. Thanks so much for your time.
Absolutely.
All right, here we are at Nightforce, and I've got Carlos over here. Carlos, thanks for having us, man. Yep, good seeing you. So you've got this crazy, nice, cool reticle thing over here, and that's new.
Yes, sir.
And you want to tell us about it?
Yes, sir. This is our MOA-XT. It's by popular demand. So this was our answer to the MIL-XT for people that wanted to shoot in minutes of angle. We're featuring a free-floating center dot, so you can get a precise 0 at 100 or wherever you're zeroing. Offers 1 minute of angle holds, as well as for elevation and wind calls at the same time at extended distances. All the dots that you see here are worth 1 minute of angle, so are the lines. Every 4th dot is bold, just for reference. Everyone in the ELR game, the long-range hunters, the guys shooting rimfire and air guns, they were all asking for a reticle that looked like the MIL-XT but was graduated in minute of angle, so we gave them what they wanted. So we went to the drawing board, this worked and it looks the best, and it's all available in our high magnification ATAC-Rs and our NX8s. The NX8 2.5 to 20 and the 4 to 32 will have this. It's launching out late this month. It's going to be shipping late this month.
Okay.
And our high magnification ATAC-Rs from our 4 to 16 all the way up to our 7 to 35 will have this available. So pretty excited.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you've got some rifles over here that this reticle scopes are that are equipped with that, right?
Absolutely. So if you're shooting competition or lightweight hunting, anything like that, tactical, rimfire, or ELR, it's a perfect match for those kind of shooters. They've been asking for it for a long time, and we just finally came out with it and delivered.
Perfect. And when did you guys come up with this? When was this launched?
It's actually, we're launching it this week. We just did a hard release on our website and social media yesterday, and it's going to be shipping out to dealers at the end of this week, available at the end of the month.
Wow, fantastic. So it's shipping out at the end of this week, and it just got launched here at almost pretty much at NRA show, and it seems like a really awesome technology. But Carlos, thanks a lot for your explanation, man. Really appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I got Brandon here at Ruger, and we are going to cover a couple of new options they have here for this show.
Yeah, great. Well, this is one of brand new products we're introducing here in the NRA 2023. This is the Ruger Super Wrangler. And this is, of course, a 6-shot single-action revolver. But what's new about it is steel cylinder frame, which allows us to put a Magnum cylinder in there.
That's awesome.
So it's a convertible. You're going to get both cylinders, 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum. And it's 5.5-inch barrel. Just a really nice single-action revolver, the Ruger Super Wrangler.
So I always think that the convertible revolvers give you a lot of value for your dollar because, you know, if you want to go out and shoot very inexpensively, then you have that 22 long rifle option. Of course, the 22 mag gives you a little bit more power if you, you know, needed it for a possible defense situation or just, you know, maybe controlling kind of pests or something.
Yeah, small game, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, that's a great option out there for the new revolver line.
Yeah, it's you know, you get the adjustable sights. You know, great little accurate gun. $329 MSRP. So I mean, it's a great value for what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we have a semi-auto to take a look at.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
Do that.
All right, Brandon. So just about everyone's got a Mark IV somewhere in their collection.
Right.
What's new about this one?
Well, we like to do a new one every year, a new 2245 light. So the 2023 pattern just has a different receiver cut in there. It's clear anodized, so it's an aluminum upper with just a clear anodized. It has a nice silver finish on there, matching trigger, you know, that sort of thing. But what's really new about this is what's on top, right? So typically we have a Picatinny rail on top of the 2245 lights, and this time this is a ventilated rib. You can kind of see the look to it. But we put a different sight set on there. It's a little bit taller. It'll co-witness with an optic.
Right.
Yeah, so this is cut for like a shield type footprint, and that will direct mount on there and co-witness with your iron sights.
And I love those tall sights. Like something about like kind of, you know, taller sights on a pistol. I just feel like it's a little bit faster to get on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course it's threaded too, so it works great with a suppressor.
Obviously, yeah, 22 is a fantastic suppressed cartridge. Almost entirely quiet. The action will be louder than anything else.
Absolutely.
All right, so yeah, you know, everyone loves the Mark IV, and it's great to see that we've got one optic ready. New package for 2023. So moving from optic ready to a new optic, what do we got here, Brennan?
Yeah, so this is the Ruger Max 9 pistol. Of course, it's, you know, a micro 9 double stack, 10 or 12 round capacity. But on top of here, of course, the Max 9s are all optic cut, and we've sold them with optics before. But this is a brand new Ruger optic that we've put on there. We call it the Ruger Ready Dot.
All right, and I see it's got this very interesting, if you can hold the front facing there, you know, it's got a very interesting thing. So we were saying it's not like a solar powered, it's light gathering.
Yeah, it's a different type of solar power, right? So yeah, there's no electronics, there's no LED, there's no battery ever to die. This has a fiber optic light gathering coil in there, so it's self-adjusting the light conditions. So in ambient low light, it will be brighter than what the ambient light is, and same thing in bright light. It'll self-adjust to whatever light is available.
That's really cool. So you'll never have to worry about like the light being so bright that you know, it just kind of washes out in a bright light. Like,
right.
All right, so that's fantastic. So, you know, guys, if you're looking for a new carry optic option, then we've got the Ready Dot. Well, Brandon, I'd really appreciate you taking a couple minutes here with us, man. It's fantastic to see that Ruger's still coming out with new products all the time. We always, you know, obviously appreciate the brand name, known throughout the gun industry for tons of your options. Who doesn't have a 1022 or a Mark IV, right? So again, man, really appreciate. Hope the last day of the show goes real well for y'all.
Yeah, thanks for spending some time with us.
We're over here now with Stealth Arms. We've got Tim here, and actually it was one of our guys over here that was nice enough to come and say hey to me, and he was like, dude, you got to go check this out. It's something pretty interesting. Go talk to Tim. And I was like, all right, cool. So we made our way over here, and Tim, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks, Clint.
And really, you've impressed me with the Platypus, and I think a lot of people are getting ready to catch on why. Tell us a little bit about this gun.
So the Platypus is a 1911 base firearm that accepts Glock mags, and it really works. They drop free. You can take a stick in there, lock backs. There's no gimmicks. It really works. And then not only do we have the guns, the custom options that the user, they get to design their own gun. From the comfort of their home or on the train, coming home from work, they can just do it mobily right on their device, and then place the order and you get your custom gun that takes Glock mags.
Which, again, I think is just super cool because first of all, whenever it was put in my hands, I was like, this is a lightweight gun, 2011 design or style. And then all of a sudden, he was like, all right, cool, drop the mag. And I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
You know, and so what different configurations can you have this gun in? Because on the website, it looks like a lot.
There's literally millions of different configurations. You can do, like this is a commander, you can do a government, you can do a full-length dust cover on a commander or government, square, round trigger guard. We've got different trigger pulls for competition or concealed carry, you know, the appropriate trigger pull that you want. Just every option, sight cuts, optic cuts, the funnel that we call it, just all kinds of, like, millions of combinations, you know. And so we make all these components in-house minus a few small ones.
Yeah.
And so that's what allows us to really give just, you know, unbelievable amounts of options.
Yeah.
And then quick. You know, we started out at 2-week lead time after shot.
Yeah.
We're about an 8-week lead time now, and after the show it probably is going to go up just a little bit, but we're working to try to keep it down.
I gotcha. Okay. And what caliber configuration or what caliber options do you guys have?
So right now we've got the so it's called the Platypus 17 because it takes G17 mags. This one here is not released yet, and I probably shouldn't even be talking about it because we're going to get emails like, hey, can I get that? This is a 357 Sig. We've got a 40 test gun here. We're working on a 45, and so that would be the 45 would be the Platypus 21.
Right.
And so those are all in R&D, and we're just trying to, you know, keep working through them.
All right, and last question I have is, why the name Platypus?
It's a platypus, right? So the platypus, it's this weird animal, you know, it has all these features from different other animals.
I get it.
And so, you know, it just makes sense. The 1911 Glock mag, you're taking these two creatures and making in this one, you know, really good animal. So that's what we called it.
Well, that's awesome, man. Hey, I'm excited to actually run one of these one day, hopefully, because they're, again, very cool, very nifty design. Again, Glock mags and like a 2011 style gun, just that makes me happy. Yeah. So, hey, let me know if you ever make a 10 mil or anything like that, because that sounds kind of exciting to me. But Tim, thanks for taking the time, man. Guys, appreciate it. You've got it, man. Guys, check out Stealth Arms.
All right, guys, we're here at Matador Arms. I'm with David, and he's going to go over the Mat 9 options.
Yes. It's our Mat 9 upper. It's a blowback upper. Everything's self-contained in here. It's a monolithic upper. The charging handle's non-reciprocating and reversible if you're a lefty or wrong-handed shooter.
Lefty.
Oh, God. Disgusting. Anyways, okay. It's compatible with any AR9 lower, so it will work with CZ Scorpion mags, Glock mags, Colt mags, any AR9 you have, including the MP5 ones.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So you said that it doesn't require a buffer tube, but obviously it looks like you can use a buffered blower or a buffer tube blower.
Yes, we even sell a swing arm for those too, but any AR9 setup will work just fine. We use the KNS stuff for our displays with the 1913 rail. Yeah, it's very versatile.
That's cool. So, you know, what kind of options for barrel length and stuff do y'all have?
Right now it's just 8-inch.
Okay.
We're looking at doing probably a 5.5-inch and then maybe a 16 later.
Yeah, I think 16 would be cool if you have the crowd who wants a rifle. Obviously, you know, some of the brace options are iffy at the moment, but
yeah. So 16-inch, it kind of depends on if it looks super wonky. I mean, you got to look cool. So
looking cool is half the battle. That's
exactly.
true.
If we're not looking cool, then that's wrong. So
awesome, man. So, like, you want to go over kind of just some features that you have in some of your builds here?
Yeah. So we kind of decked this one out as our Glock one. This is a NKM machining. And it's kind of the only AR9 grip that looks good with the Glock mags.
Okay.
Because of the angle, you know what I mean? So
I definitely think the Scorpion mags look better than Glock mags.
Yes, it just is what it is. But with this grip, it complements it very well.
Yep.
So we slapped those on there. Got the Steiner and all the fun Gucci stuff on this guy. But, yeah.
Awesome.
And that's our range gun over there, and this one is too. So we beat the heck out of these things.
So this is really cool. What kind of Cerakote options do you have or finishing?
So it's going to be gray, FDE, and black will be the options. And they all retail $575 for the upper.
All right. Any adjustable gas or direct
No,
blowback?
it's all
Never mind.
blowback, so.
Never mind. I don't know why I said that.
Simple system. And we're based out of San Antonio. Everything's made in the U.S. We're a veteran-owned company. And,
do you find it's kind of like load particular, like as far as ammo?
No, it really just chews to anything.
Juggle this while I put it down. So yeah, I definitely appreciate you taking some time to go through the Mat 9. So these are available right now.
Yeah, we just started shipping them 2 weeks ago. Thank the Lord.
Hey, brand new on the market.
Brand new. So yeah, and thank you guys for coming by. Seriously.
Absolutely, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.